Hey everyone, I'm Sean with the smoking section, and tonight we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So first and foremost, I would like to apologize. I know that I keep saying in a lot of my videos that every Monday we wind up doing a live cigar review, and this is the second week in a row that my work schedule has really kind of taken over from my passion, which is smoking cigars and doing these videos. And I got home kind of late tonight, and I didn't want to try and get everybody on at a certain time and last minute to-dos and everything. So as of right now, I'm probably going to switch my live stream days to either Wednesday or a weekend night. It's probably going to be either a weekend or Wednesday. Mondays have been kind of hard for me. Just jumping into a new job, I'm getting more responsibility. They're putting a lot more on me, which I love. But it's really kind of making me choose between coming right home, rushing to get something together, and then not being at the top of my game when it comes to everything. So I'm probably going to change it to like a Wednesday night, where it gives me Monday and Tuesday to either, upload a video like this when I come home and kind of see what the week is going to be like. I just feel like that would be more fair to everyone, so please just keep that in mind, that I am working on it, but I still want to put out content because a lot of you have been supporting me with the videos that I've been doing, like the mini cigar review series and the cigar tips and tricks and all that stuff. So that's probably what's going to be going on. So I wanted to just say that first and foremost at the beginning of my video. But tonight is going to be a little bit different, but as always, there's a little bit of business that I want to take care of before I wind up jumping into that. So let's get right into that real quick. So as always, as you can see right here, almost had it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like the videos that I'm putting out and you like the content that I'm putting out, it always helps to like the videos or to leave a comment, so that way it kind of puts me up in the standings for videos that have most reactions to them, which then puts me a little bit higher up when somebody searches for something. And then, of course, if you like the videos and you like what I'm doing, then please hit that subscribe button, so that way you can be updated for whenever I put out a new video like this, or whenever we do go live, which will probably be on Wednesdays around 7:30 at night. But that's a little bit of business. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because tonight we got a lot to go over, so let's jump right in. So, tonight's little bit of business. We are going to be going over the top 10 cigar brands of 2020 and some of their products that they wound up putting out this year. I kind of wanted to do this, for the first reason being that a lot of people ask me what's a good starter cigar, what brand to start with, what brands I've started with, and I kind of thought that it'd be important to try and go over what has gone through the best of the best of 2020. Now, everybody knows that 2020 wasn't the best year with COVID and trying to get to a cigar lounge and curbside service and ordering online and a whole other mess of crap that really kind of affected the whole smoking cigar experience. Not everybody got the chance to get into a cigar lounge, kind of mingle with people, try different brands, because obviously everything was either closed or doing curbside. So I wanted to kind of put this video together just to kind of show you what you could try and maybe either lean towards or go towards some really good brands that have really stepped their game up in 2020. Some of them are going to be classics. They've been on this top 10 list for quite some time now. Everything that I'm going to be presenting to you is backed up by a website. I got a lot of my information from Cigar Aficionado. That includes the graphs, the information, the polls, everything. So what Cigar Aficionado wound up doing was they wound up interviewing 87 or 88 different cigar shops, and they wound up using the percentages of what they accumulated from sales on what these top cigar brands and cigars, how they place them in this chart. I think they wound up doing like 87 stores that kind of helped represent over 141 throughout the country of the United States. So if there's a cigar brand on here that you think shouldn't be on here, don't blame me. This is not me. But no, a lot of these cigar brands that are on here, as I've gone through a lot of them, they are really reputable cigar brands, and I highly agree with Cigar Aficionado with their choices on some of these. So I definitely want to bring these up, and I'm going to bring a couple of their cigars up to the plate to try and give you a good idea of what to look for some of these cigars. So we're going to go from 10 all the way down to 1. So strap in, light up a stick, grab your beverage, and let's start this bad boy. So coming in at number 10 is Monte Cristo. So Monte Cristo has some really good cigars, such as the Edmundo and the number 2, just to start off with. A lot of these cigars are going to be Dominican tobacco that are in those cigars, and they really did come in at, in my opinion, a pretty low spot for the top 10. But Monte Cristo is usually known by almost anyone and everyone. You will actually see a lot of Monte Cristo boxes in any films or movies. Usually people wind up taking their cigar boxes and putting anything from car keys to letters to guns to ammo in them for movies or television or anything that they choose, I guess. But Monte Cristo has a really good brand name. They always stand by their products. They come in with a lot of flavor, a lot of spice, and they're just a really, really good cigar brand. So if you're looking for a nice cigar to either start your day out with or even start smoking in general, then definitely check out Monte Cristo and give them a try. And tell me what you think about the Monte Cristo line, because they have a lot of great products out there that you would be in love with trying. And it's really, in my opinion, a really good starter set to go with Monte Cristo. I've never had a bad Monte Cristo. That's not saying that there aren't going to be, some bad ones out there. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. It just means that maybe they didn't hit your flavor profile, or it just wasn't something that you were looking for. So definitely keep Monte Cristo in mind, and just remember that they came in at top 10 or number 10 at the Cigar Aficionado website. So let's go on to number 9. So coming in at number 9, one of my personal favorites, is My Father's Cigars. Now this one scored about 8%, I believe, from most stores. That it was 8% of the customers that came in wound up wanting these cigars, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to figure that's a lot of stores that they wound up basically asking these questions for, and My Father's came in at number 9, which, once again, to me, I think My Father's came in really kind of low. I would have put My Father's in like the top 5, but Cigar Aficionado went and did the results, and I'm just reporting them. But My Father's comes out with some really, really great cigars. The My Father's Connecticut, the My Father's The Judge, My Father's Le Bijou, 1922. I mean, these are just some of the really great products that My Father's comes with. Now, for those of you that are just starting out with cigars, now My Father's usually comes out with a pretty powerful punch of a cigar. The Judge is probably one of the strongest of the My Father's, I would say, in my opinion. But it's still a beautiful cigar with a lot of flavor and just beautiful harmony of just notes that they all come together. My Father's just does such a great job, and they really are such a dependable cigar. A lot of the My Father's cigars that I smoke a lot of the Judge. It just takes me to just a very happy place whenever I smoke it. But My Father's, I've never had a bad My Father's cigar. They always come just full out with just good product, good flavor, good smoke. And I mean, they're just an absolute joy to smoke and just enjoy with your friends, your family at the cigar lounge. They're just awesome cigars. So if you get a chance, check out the My Father's line, and just don't take them for granted, because these are not your daddy's typical cigars. They are just an absolute joy to smoke. And if you don't want to take my word for it, then take your own word for it and smoke one yourself. But let's get on to number 8 now. So number 8, we have the Oliva CeraVe. And I gotta tell you, these are probably, in my opinion, these are probably one of my number one go-tos for cigars. Now, the Oliva series has a crap ton of absolute beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cigars. I absolutely love the Melanino. They actually got rated number one for the cigar of the year, and a lot of people go for them. I mean, they are absolutely beautiful cigars. They are so smooth. Definitely more on the mild side of life, or I guess you would say like a medium side, medium to mild. But I mean, they're absolutely beautiful, beautiful cigars. And once again, I mean, I would probably put most of these cigars up at my number one for my list. They would all have a number one by them, and it would just be the top one after it. But I mean, they really are a great, great, great cigar brand, especially for a lot of beginner smokers. They come with a lot of just beautiful flavor. The construction of the cigar is absolutely perfect in my opinion. I usually go for the torpedo of the Melanino. I mean, they're just absolutely amazing cigars to try. They have so many different ones. The Sarah O for Oliva. I mean, there are just so many different ones out there, and they really get such an amazing reputation because they put out such a great product. Now, just like you're probably saying you haven't smoked one, or you would put something above the other one. I mean, look, there are a lot of different cigars out there and a lot of different cigar brands as well. But these ones would definitely be in my top three, but right now they're coming in number 8 in 2020. But hopefully throughout the next year, they're going to get a lot more rep, and hopefully I'll see these guys up at the top 5 or even the top 3 come 2021. But for right now, they're coming in at number 8 for the Oliva Serie V. So let's go to number 7 and let's see what that's going to bring us. So coming in at number 7, we have Davidoff. I gotta be completely honest with you, this is going to be one of the cigars that I am going to actually try and smoke this year. I haven't had any Davidoff cigars at all, and I mean, I actually had to look up some of their cigars that they have. I mean, they have the Davidoff Millennium Blend Series, the Grand Cru Series, the Special Series, the Nicaragua Series, the Maduro Series. I mean, Davidoff just has so many cigar series is out there, and this is one of the cigars that I really wanted to try and get involved in as well. A lot of the cigars that I wind up finding or buying, I usually wind up picking up some different cigars that are just kind of unique. I do bring on some different cigars that are, crowd pleasers as well, but this is one of the ones that I really wanted to try and get into as well. I see a lot of people smoke Davidoff, and I just always wanted to try their blends, and I've heard so many good things about them, and obviously they're coming in at number 7 in 2020, and it was just one of the ones that I really want to bring to the channel because I don't think that they get enough reputation, I guess. Only a few people that I see on different cigar websites or even Facebook pages or anything, they really, some people smoke them, but I don't see too many of them, so I wanted to try and bring them onto one of the mini cigar series as well. So please keep that in mind. But yes, number 7 is coming in with Davidoff, and I'm really looking forward to giving them a try. I really can't give you too much of their flavor profiles other than what I've read about some of their stuff, that they're just very smooth cigars. They have a very well-constructed cigar as well. So give it a try and let me know what you think, but these are coming in at number 7 for Cigar Aficionado's top 10 list. So let's give it a try this year, and hopefully this year will bring us some more good things besides the Davidoff cigar. So let's see what number 6 is. So coming in, sorry about that, it's a little bit late for me. Coming in at number 6 is Rocky Patel, and this one is a surefire one that should always be on the list. Rocky Patel has so many different cigar brands out there. Not cigar brands, but cigars themselves. Anything from the vintage 2003, the vintage 1999, the number 6. the 55. I mean, Rocky always delivers a really great cigar for all palates. I mean, the Connecticut's are smooth. The Maduros have that nice spice to them. They're just absolutely great cigars. And I got to be honest with you, Rocky really always, in my opinion, has his game right there. The game that is just the cigars themselves, just they're always on point. Construction for Rockies, I don't want to sound cliche, sometimes can be a little rocky, but they always put out a really good cigar. Like I said, the flavor profiles are always unique. I've never really found a Rocky Patel that kind of mimics another one. They always just have such a really good cigar blend to them. You know, the flavor profiles, the combination of flavors. And like I said, the construction of the cigars, I guess, are going to be like anything. You're going to have some that might hold up, some that don't. It could be the person lighting it, it could be the stick itself, but you still shouldn't hold that against Rocky and his cigars, because they are just absolute great cigars in my opinion. And I guess that's why they're coming in at number 6. So if you haven't tried any Rocky Patel cigars yet, or you haven't even heard of Rocky Patel, get out from underneath of your rock and try a Rocky Patel, because Rocky always delivers, and I gotta stand by him. So definitely give him a try. And if you are new to smoking Rocky Patels, I would say try and stick with like some of like the Connecticut's, because sometimes Rockies can be a little bit spicy. So if you're really looking to just kind of slightly go in and you're not trying to go all the way in, then definitely try out some of their Connecticut's, or even try like the number 6, because a lot of the number 6s are really great cigars. So definitely give those a try. But now we're going to be getting into our last final half, and this is going to be the top 5. So coming up in number 5, and I gotta tell you, I'm sorry, but I highly disagree with this one. La Flor Dominicana, or LFD, as they say on all of their wrappers, to me is not in the top 5 for me. This is definitely in my top 2. I absolutely love LFD cigars. Everything from the Capulito 2, the Chapter 1, the Andalusian Bull. I mean, I could go on and on. Those are just my top 3 favorites from LFD. And I gotta tell you, LFD packs a punch. It's like being slugged by Mike Tyson. I mean, they come out with powerful cigars with that Dominican Republic tobacco. I mean, the cigars are just absolutely incredible. I have never, and I mean never, not once, not even like on a mislight, have I ever had a bad construction from LFD. LFD just really puts out a well-constructed cigar. The flavor profile is absolutely astronomical. The way that the cigars look just make you want to grab them. I mean, the Chapter 1 and the Capulito 2, they have the chisel on the point, which is not a torpedo. It's not a complete box press. It's a box press with a chisel. And the cool thing about a chisel is, and this is a little bit of fact for you from LFD, the owner of LFD has a problem where he always forgets his cutter. Always brings either matches or a lighter, but he always forgets his cutter. So he wound up making the Chapter 1 and the Capulito 2 into chisels, because all you have to do with the chisel is either squeeze or bite the end of it and it pops open, and he could light it right there. And I mean, they are absolutely awesome cigars. The Andalusian Bull was rated or brought in at number 1, I believe, last year in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, it is a bull. I mean, it is a big cigar, and it is packed with flavor, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful cigar with the gold and the green around it. I mean, my mouth is watering just talking to you guys about it right now, just for the sheer fact of they are just absolutely amazing cigars. And I'm sorry that it's not a number 5 for me. It is either a number 1 or a number 2 for me for LFD. But according to Cigar Aficionado, They came in at number 5, which is a little upsetting for me, but I mean, they are still just awesome, awesome cigars. And if you haven't had anything from LFD yet, or if you're a big fan of Dominican tobacco, give them a try, and I can almost guarantee you that you will not be disappointed. For beginner smokers, you can go for an LFD, but like I said, a lot of La Flor Dominicana cigars are really full flavored, a lot of pepper, some leather in there as well. I mean, the flavor profiles are all over the place, but they are just absolutely amazing cigars. And if you are looking forward to just trying one for the first time, savor it, because you will never forget it. But yes, they're coming in at number 5 in 2020, and let's see what number 4 is going to be. So coming in at number 5 is Liga Privada by Drew Estates. Liga Privada means private stash or private blend in Spanish. I got to be honest with you, these are absolutely great cigars by Drew Estates. Everything from like the T52 to the Unico series. I mean, they are absolutely great cigars, packed with flavor. And if you are a big fan, as I am, of Drew Estates products, anything from the Java series to the Deadwood series, even the Acid series, you're going to love these as well. Now, they're not going to be along the same lines as the sweetness that you usually get from the other side of Drew Estates, but they are really packed with a lot of flavor. I've only had maybe about 5 of the Liga Privada series, but I mean, every one that I had, all 5 of them were absolutely to die for. It's kind of hard to put into words how you can like one brand or one line from one side of it, knowing that like the Fat Bottom Betty, the Sweet Jane, the Crazy Alice, the Leather Rose, the Acid series, plus all the Javas, coming from that and then going to the Liga Privada, it's just very hard to try and describe the love that you have for these cigars. But Drew Estates, once again, does such a great job with all of their products. The construction of the cigars are really, really well done. There's nothing cheap about these cigars whatsoever. They are absolutely beautiful cigars, and I highly suggest that if you get the chance to give them a try. To me, they are perfect for beginner smokers as well. They just have a really unique flavor profile, which is going to be a little bit different from everything else out there. And I don't think that they're too on the spicy side. They definitely land on the medium to mild side of life, definitely more on the medium side of life, but they still come with a lot of great flavor. So definitely give them a try if you get the chance. But yes, Liga Privada is coming in at number 4, and now we are getting into the good stuff. Even though all of these cigar brands are absolutely amazing, we're getting into the top 3 now. So let's see what Cigar Aficionado has to say about that. So coming in at number 3 is Fuente Opus X. So I gotta tell you, these cigars range anywhere from the lowest that I saw was like around $11 to $12 for the Opus X, all the way up to the Opus X Perfection A, which was a $29, almost $30 cigar. These cigars are to die for. They have such a great flavor profile. I mean, these were like the hottest cigars in like the 1900s. I mean, the Fuente Opus X was like the cigar to go to. They have a long, rich history. If you ever get the chance, I was going to read a little bit about it, but I figured it'd be better if you guys just looked it up. Look up all the meanings on the band. The big X that's on there. I mean, everything. It actually gives you a breakdown of what the band on the cigar actually means, what it stands for. There was a reason behind it all. And the cigars come with nothing but absolute joy and a lot of flavor. These cigars, I mean, they're coming up on number 3, but I mean, these cigars are up there with the big boys. I mean, the Fuente Opus X is just an absolute joy to smoke. I've only smoked 2 of these since I've started smoking. I mean, they're a little bit richer for my blood, especially like the Perfection A. But I mean, those are absolute awesome cigars. All of them are absolute beautiful cigars, and I highly suggest, if you have a family member that's getting married, or you got married, or your son or daughter is graduating college, or just became a doctor, or whatever the special occasion is, I would definitely break out one of the Fuente Opus X, and I guarantee you it'll be a memory that you will always remember, because these cigars come with a bang of just flavor and good construction, and they come with just so much to them. The flavor profiles are unique, and all I can say is you got to give them a try. Try and find them and go for it. Like I said, if you got some extra money in the paycheck, try and get one, bring it home, enjoy it. I wouldn't smoke it out here in the cold, because in New Jersey it's only like 32 degrees right now, so that's why I'm doing an inside video, plus it's late. But definitely give these a try on a beautiful occasion, and they will help make the occasion 10 times better. I can almost guarantee you that. But let's see what number 2 is. So if you thought having one cigar on the top 10 was good, try having 2 different cigars on the top 10 that are absolutely amazing, and within the top 3 as well. So first at number 3 we had the Fuente, you know, it's late. We had the Fuente, now we have the Ario Fuente, and I gotta tell you, anything Ario Fuente is absolutely amazing. These cigars, once again, if you had the Opus X, then you're gonna love the Ario Fuente, just the regular brand as well, because these cigars all come with just a lot of flavor to them. They have a cigar for every type of cigar smoker. If you like full-bodied, if you like medium to mild, if you like kind of like a mellow. They have so many different cigar brands that you can really bring to the table and enjoy each and every one of them. I highly suggest going for Ario Fuente. They're one of my go-tos whenever I'm in the cigar shop. If I'm working, I know that I can put it down, go help out a customer, and then pick it back up and relight it, and I'm still going to have a lot of that flavor that's in there, and it's not going to fight me the whole way through. Ario Fuente always puts out a great cigar, and I mean, with the Ario Fuente and then the Fuente Opus X, see, I got it that time, you really have so many different choices to go for, and every cigar that they put out is just an amazing cigar, and it's an amazing experience. And just the flavor profiles themselves are absolutely, in my opinion, what put them up at the top of this top 10 list of 2020. And I mean, the only thing left to do for you guys seeing this number 2 is to go out and smoke both and see which one you like best, because they really are top 3 of the best. So with that being said, everybody, I'm going to end this video here, and oh wait, we have a number 1, and I guarantee you all know what this number 1 is going to be, but I'm going to bring it to you anyway. So let's go. So I want to see who guessed it. I want to know who said Padron 1964 Anniversary Series. This cigar deserves to be at the top, the number 1 top spot of this top 10 list. I gotta tell you, the things that I've read about the Padron family, this cigar came out for celebrating 30 years of making cigars, and not just cigars, but damn good cigars. One thing that I wound up reading about, you know, especially these cigars in general, the men and women who wrap these cigars are actually limited to how many cigars they wrap in a day, because they care more about the construction and that it's wrapped to perfection than to put out a crap ton of product. They take this cigar and they have made it flawless in every way. The flavor profile is absolutely astronomically damn near close to perfect. The construction of this cigar is flawless. I mean, these cigars are the cigars that I know that we said about the Fuente Opus X being that cigar that you break out for graduations and this and that. These are the cigars you break out for the same occasions that you're going to enjoy, but you know that this is going to be the number one cigar that you will always go back to when it comes to making a memory with family or friends or coworkers or whoever you'd like to share this experience with. The Padron 1964 anniversary edition comes in a natural and a Maduro in different sizes, and the price is a little bit up there for the longest or biggest cigar that they have is anywhere from $17 to $20 a stick, depending on where you get them. But these cigars are absolutely the closest thing to perfection with a cigar that you can get. I highly agree that these should be number one, even though a lot of my favorites, such as My Father's, some of the other ones that I had said, you know, I do the LFDs were another one. I do think that they all deserve to be up in the top 5, but this one, without a doubt, takes the cake of being number one. It's an absolute joy to smoke. The flavor profile is just absolutely perfect all the way from first light down to that last third, and it holds up time and time and time again. The Padron family knows what they're doing. They know cigars. Their passion is cigars. Their love of cigars is there. And this is why it is number one on this list for 2020. And it'll probably be number one next year as well, because these cigars are absolutely amazing and deserve all the credit in the world to be number one. So if you haven't picked one of these up yet, I highly suggest, even if you don't have a special occasion coming up, I highly suggest that you break one of these out, give it a try, and see what the hype is all about, because I promise you, without a doubt, you will not be disappointed in the Padron 1964 Anniversary Series. That's really all I can say about them. They're absolutely perfect cigars, and don't take my word for it, but definitely light one up and see what they're all about, and I guarantee you they'll have you coming back time and time again. Well, everyone, that was our top 10 of 2020. I know that there are some cigars that you probably didn't see on there, or that you probably wished were on there. Maybe next year, or maybe this year, who knows. But these were the top 10, and like I said, these were from Cigar Aficionado's website. I didn't do any of the research for that. I wound up bringing up some of their charts and getting some of their information from their website. A lot of these I have the experience of smoking. Some of these, as I admitted, I didn't have this experience of smoking yet, but I'm definitely going to be giving them a try, and I highly suggest that you give them a try as well. If you are new to cigar smoking, or if you just haven't tried any of these brands, I highly suggest you give them a try. Pick one up, pick two up, pick up a box, share them with your friends, see what you guys think about it. But nevertheless, give them a try, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show for tonight. I'm really looking forward to doing more videos, either like this, or some more cigar tips and tricks, and the mini cigar series. I have like 4 humidors full of cigars that I'm looking forward to bringing onto the show. Just keep that in mind, and hopefully I will see you guys at the next video. As always, if you guys like these videos, please give me a like, give me a comment, tell me if you agreed with this top 10, if you didn't agree with this top 10, and we'll see where it goes from there. But we'll see what 2021 brings us in the cigar world. It really is a beautiful time for cigar smokers everywhere, where there are so many different brands, so many different cigars, styles, and new ones are coming out every day. So it should be interesting to see what comes up in 2021, and will Padron be taken off their throne and drop them down to number 2 or further, or will they stay up at the top, and who's going to be swapping around and switching spots, or who might lose their spot on the top 10? We won't find out until after this year is over. But until then, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what everything comes out with, and trying to do my best to smoke them all and see what I like, and maybe bring them even to the show and see what you guys think about them too. But until then, I'm Sean from the Smoking Section, As always, stay blessed, stay smoking, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your week. See you guys later. Bye.